Hello, welcome back. We are in our read-through of the 1800s, King James, Pictorial Bible. We are in the book of Numbers. We are in the story of Balaam and Balak, and we just had a talking donkey yesterday, so let's see what we're going to end up with today. Again, please grab a Bible, read along with me, and let's dive into chapter 23 together. And Balaam said unto Balak, Build me here 7 altars, and prepare me 7 oxen and 7 rams. And Balak did as Balaam had spoken, and Balak and Balaam offered on every altar a bullock and a ram. And Balaam said unto Balak, Stand by thy burnt offering, and I will go. Peradventure the Lord will come to meet me, and whatsoever he showeth me, I will tell thee. And he went to a high place, and God met Balaam, and he said unto him, I have prepared 7 altars, and I have offered upon every altar a bullock and a ram. And the Lord put a word in Balaam's mouth, and said, Return unto Balak, and thus thou shalt speak. And he returned unto him, and lo, he stood by his burnt sacrifice, he and all the princes of Moab. And he took up his parable, and said, Balak the king of Moab hath brought me from Aram out of the mountains of the east, saying, Come, curse me Jacob, and come, defy Israel. How shall I curse whom God hath not cursed? Or how shall I defy whom the Lord hath not defied? For from the top of the rocks I see him, and from the hills I behold him. Lo, the people shall dwell alone, and shall be reckoned among the nations. Who can count the dust of Jacob, and the number of the 4th part of Israel? Let me die the death of the righteous, and let my last end be like this. And Balak said unto Balaam, What hast thou done unto me? I took thee to curse mine enemies, and behold, thou hast blessed them altogether. And he answered and said, Must I not take heed to speak that which the Lord hath put in my mouth? And Balak said unto him, Come, I pray thee, with me unto another place, from whence thou mayest see them. Thou shalt see but the utmost part of them, and shalt not see them all, and curse me them from thence. And he brought him unto the field of Zophim, to the top of Pisgah, and built 7 altars, and offered a bullock and a ram on every altar. And he said unto Balak, Stand there by thy burnt offering, while I meet the Lord yonder. And the Lord met Balaam, and put a word in his mouth, and said, Go again unto Balak, and say this. And when he came to him, behold, he stood by his burnt offering, and the princes of Moab with him. And Balak said unto him, What hath the Lord spoken? And he took up his parable, and said, Rise up, Balak, and hear. Hearken unto me, thou son of Zippor. God is not a man, that he should lie, neither the Son of Man, that he should repent. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? Or hath he spoken, and shall he not make it good? Behold, I have received commandment to bless, and he hath blessed, and I cannot reverse it. He hath not beheld iniquity in Jacob, neither hath he seen perverseness in Israel, and the Lord his God is with him, and the shout of a king is among them. God brought them out of Egypt. He hath, as it were, the strength of an... Whoa. God hath brought them out of Egypt. He hath, as it were, the strength of an unicorn. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, What hath God wrought? Behold, the people shall rise up as a great lion, and lift up himself as a young lion. He shall not lie down until he eat of the prey, and drink the blood of the slain. And Balak said unto Balaam, Neither curse them at all, nor bless them at all. And Balaam answered and said unto Balak, Told not I thee, saying, All that the Lord speaketh I must do? And Balak said unto Balaam, Come, I pray thee, I will bring thee unto another place. Peradventure it will please God that thou mayest curse them from thence. 3rd time's a charm, right? And Balak brought Balaam unto the top of Peor, that looketh toward Jeshimon. And Balaam said unto Balak, Build me here 7 altars, and prepare for me 7 bullocks and 7 rams. And Balak did as Balaam had said, and offered a bullock and a ram on every altar. And that's where it breaks before going to the next chapter. I don't think that's an inspired break. I think that's silly, because it's clearly still going. But anyway, so the unicorn in the room. Let's address the unicorn in the room. So why is unicorn in the Bible? That's not a real animal, right? Okay, so my understanding, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but my understanding is that unicorn was a word that was used for rhinoceros. It's the one-horn thing that would be strong, that contextually actually fits here. The strength of a unicorn. Are unicorns known for their strength necessarily? No, they're known for being like magical and mystical creatures, but not strength. I mean, they're horses with a horn, and they're not real. But it's here in the Bible, the word unicorn. And I do think that translation-wise, if I were to look at a different translation, that would not come up unicorn. But let's check. In the NIV, in verse 22, it said, God brought them out of Egypt. They have the strength of a wild ox. So I think it's just a big, strong animal is the gist of this. I don't think that you need to take this passage to mean that unicorns were real at a certain point in the Old Testament. I think it's a translational thing with the English for King James timey English. And again, we have the continuation of the story of this prophet Balaam, who is not an Israelite, who is a Gentile, who is a quote-unquote heathen prophet, receiving word from the Lord of blessing Israel. And this king Balak is begging him, please curse them for me. And he keeps thinking, oh, if I move you over here, then you can maybe curse. And Balaam keeps telling him, I have to say what God puts in my mouth to say. And if God blesses them, it is what it is. I have no control over it. And then the story will keep going in the next chapter. These chapter breaks, absolutely ridiculous. But tune in tomorrow. Lord willing, we'll be back tomorrow, and you'll find out. But I encourage you, just keep reading. Keep reading. The Bible's great. Again, Lord willing, we'll be back tomorrow to read chapter 24. In the meantime, I hope you are feeling blessed and well.